Tickets on sale now.
Lens Rentals versus Lenny's Rentals. Difference number 9.
At Lens Rentals, when you place an order, everything is organized and packaged in a rugged, custom-fitted case.
Is no big deal. At Lenny's Rentals, we love to custom. Sometimes box, sometimes tube, sometimes big. Always custom.
Custom, organized cases. Just one more reason to use Lens Rentals.
Or you could collect.
LensRentals.com. Shoot with the best.
Hello, and welcome to Season 4, Episode 10 of the Midwest Gaming Classic Podcast. I'm your host, Jason Garris, Panel Director of the Midwest Gaming Classic. Think you've got what it takes to become a voice actor? Enter the minds of the people behind the voices of Zane, Kim, and Pierce the Sheep from the Aphmau channel on YouTube. Select audience members will read scripts, and this awesome voice acting crew will provide fun feedback. And you know what? Enough of me talking. Why don't we get to the podcast?
This right here is a big old package of audition scripts, okay? The plan here today is that we are going to call people up and you're going to get a chance to try and do one of our scripts. And we'll explain more about that in a second, but what I want you to do right now is to scan that code, and if you want to do something here today, find an audition script with a character you want to read for, okay? There are 400 pages on that PDF.
You're bound to find one.
You're bound to find one. Just stay away from that speaker so I don't get the feedback. But yes, you're bound to find one in there, and there's a wide mix. There's some Fraggle Rock in there, like for anybody above the age of 12.
You guys know Fraggle Rock?
There's all sorts of stuff in there, so make sure that you get that code scanned, and we'll get started here in just a moment.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this microphone when they're doing the thing, and then I'll hand the wireless microphone over to them.
You're so smart.
You're good at business.
For a sheep.
for a sheep. Yeah, can I just say, by the way, that title of this panel here was not made by me. It was made by Dan Lewson,
what's this panel called again?
What's that?
What's this panel called again?
I believe it's called
It's
Kestin.
voice acting
Learn voice acting with Tim, Zane, and a sheep.
And to be clear, Pierce loves sheep. He's not a sheep, but
right.
I wishes he could be though. They're soft and cute. Mm-hmm. When they leave to go to a farm upstate, they leave mutton behind, which is pretty cool.
He's slipping into character already.
The transformation has already begun.
All right, once again, friends, as you're coming in, just a note, there is up on the screen a QR code. Please scan that now. That is a PDF. It is just a PDF, I promise. There's nothing else scary there. That has 400 pages of auditions. If you want to do some voice acting today, scan that QR code, find an audition. We are going to be using those very specifically. We are not going to be like, it's not going to be a thing where you're like, well, I actually have this right here that I've been preparing for. We want to surprise you a little bit because when it comes to auditions, usually you have less than 24 hours. So get ready to just be ready to do a cold read. Yeah. We're ready to start, so I suppose.
Yeah, so I think while people are still looking through audition specs, we will introduce ourselves.
Yeah.
So I guess starting with me. Hello, my name is Corinne Sudberg. I also go by Megami33 on YouTube. I am a voice actress, YouTuber, singer, Twitch streamer extraordinaire. I do everything. I mostly am known for working for Crunchyroll Entertainment. I've voiced for a lot of anime, including One Piece, Fire Force, Overlord, and a couple of other things. And I also work on a YouTube show called Aphmau with these guys.
Whoa!
Where I play Kim. And yeah, that's about it. Throughout this panel, besides our introductions, we'll explain if people are interested about like our backgrounds into getting into acting as well. So go ahead.
Yeah.
Hi everybody, my name is Kestin Howard. I am also a voice actor, singer, a Twitch streamer, and various things. I also voice on the Aphmau channel with these two as a couple different characters, but mostly known as the dark brooding character Zane. I've done various different things. I also voiced in anime, mobile games, and independent cartoons and things like that. And now a recent VTuber.
Yay! High five!
Yeah. Woo! You can find me on Twitch under the name TerraBull. So if you're ever interested in sort of work with me doing that, that is where you can find me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then my name is Erik. I go by Shadow Temple on the internet, and I play the character Pierce for the Aphmau channel, which is a head-empty, no-thoughts himbo man who loves sheep. And yeah, that is my main role. But I also have done a couple of indie games here and there. I do audiobooks, actually. I'm 8 audiobooks in so far, and I'm looking to do more 12-hour reads of a book in one place. Boy, it's a long day. But yeah, you can check me out there, and Shadow Temple on the internet is where you can find me. That's without a W, because I thought it was really cool when I was 12. Today, once again, we're talking about here is we're not going to do a lot of talking. You all are going to be the ones doing the talking here, because we are going to do, that's right, we're going to do a voice acting workshop. A couple of rules about this first. Number one, we have no power to hire you, so this is completely practice. Do not think that you're going to get a job after this. Yes? Good? Great.
This is for experience.
This is for fun. This is to have a moment to have your performance critiqued a little bit by some people who have gone through it before themselves, and we know a thing or two about auditioning.
Yeah, and plus if you do this panel and then you go to a con or event that does require you to do it in front of a studio, you've practiced here. So.
Yeah, exactly.
You've got the inroads, you've got the advantage.
Yeah.
Rule number 2 about this is that people are going to come up here, and this might be their first time doing something like this, right? We are going to be, we'll give you very fair and very honest critique about what's going on here, but from the crowd, let's make sure we're supportive, right?
Yeah.
There's people who might be doing something public speaking for the very first time on a microphone, they might be a little nervous about it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's make sure we give them only the most support that we can.
Especially because real auditions, you'll be doing them at home or at a studio, and at least in front of 2 people, not a crowd of people.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's
exactly.
definitely a different
Right.
experience.
Totally.
So, yeah.
All right, so with that, hopefully you've had a little bit of time to look through the 400 pages of auditions. I was going to get it set up.
Choose one. Choose
wisely, or not. That's fine.
Yeah, you can also just look through them and just see like, oh, cool, that's an audition script. But you don't have to participate.
The character that looks cool.
Yeah, totally. So with that, what we'll do is we'll just ask for hands. Who wants to go first? I saw a hand go up there real quick, so I think we'll bring you up here first. You're going to come on up.
Let's go!
I'm not going to let anybody volunteer anybody else, but you can raise your hand later on. I'm all about volunteers, but I don't like getting voluntold for things. I don't know about you. All right, so what you're going to do is I'm going to hand this microphone to you. You're going to introduce yourself, and you're going to tell me what page of that PDF you have just scrolled onto by chance.
Oh, seriously, just page 1.
Page 1.
Page
All right.
1. Well,
I'm going to
gotta love it when it's easy.
Yeah, the Admiral.
The Admiral.
A little bit. I do Twitch streaming myself, and I do a lot of RPGs, and on the ones where they don't talk, I talk for them. So I do a lot.
So you do have a little bit of experience. Okay,
Yeah.
that's good to know.
Okay, cool.
So,
Have you auditioned for things before in the past?
no, I have not.
Okay, well, a good way to start as an example is that some studios will want you to slate your name at the beginning of the audition, sometimes at the end. But when we start this audition process, you are going to slate your name and say what the character is that you're doing. So example is like Corinne Sudberg, reading for Beatrice.
Erik
So you will do
reading for the Admiral.
beautiful.
Easy
Okay,
as
and
that.
once Shadow gets up here. Okay.
All right, I'm here. So, yeah, we've got ourselves a couple. Everybody can see this audition up on the screen there, correct?
Tilt my
Cool.
head.
Oh shit! I should.
So, yeah, what we're going to do, the Admiral, you can see also, by the way, these slides, how this works is, and this is actually a pretty classical setup of this, which is that there's usually a picture of the character. Not always, though. You don't always get a view of what the character looks like. But you also get some basic specs about who they are, what they're about, what their strengths, what their weaknesses, their vulnerabilities, and then you have to read and just hope that the director likes what you sound like. So, with that, go ahead.
Am I dead? Yeah, dead and handsome. Cryogenic muscle freezing therapy keeps me young and mad sexy. But always wait now before you pee to avoid the slushy effect. Now hear this, our last mission was both dangerous and quite repulsive, which incidentally is the title of my autobiography. But the bottom line, we're rapscallions and we got through it together. Now, I know you were all looking forward to game night, but unfortunately it's been canceled because we already have something on the schedule, which is game night. So, too bad. Whiners will be shot out of the airlock.
Okay.
I think that's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Can we get a round of applause for that?
Yes. Very good.
Are we doing second takes too, or are we just doing one?
Yeah,
take?
yeah, I think we'll do one
Okay,
more take here.
yeah, we're going to give you some notes, and then you can do a second take for us.
Okay.
So, can you tell me a bit about the Aphmau from what you gazed at the audition? Or did you not gaze at it?
I did not.
Aha! This is a very trick thing that a lot of coaches have taught me that have tricked people. So sometimes people will rush in, read the lines, they won't read the spec. The spec is very important because it gives you a description of the character. So if you just went to the audition and you may have missed 1 or 2 notes about what this type of character is, they'll be like, you didn't do the assignment. So that's important to know, to skim the description, see what you can pinpoint. Maybe this guy has an accent. How old is he? What's he working at? What's his job? And then what's also important is the direction that's usually underneath each line.
I did kind of go off of the look of him. And,
That's also very good, yeah.
The wise, crazy, and what was he just saying
Yes,
type of
that
thing.
is good.
Yeah, we definitely got the feel of that.
Yeah.
So one of the things that it does say above that line, or the 2 lines that you just read, there is a statement that says proud, then official, with a side of being dismissive about it. So you were reading softly there, but I would imagine someone like this would be more loud and brash, like he's the admiral, he knows what he's doing, and everyone, you better listen or otherwise you're sunk.
Yeah, like definitely number 2, when it says moving on, you were talking to your crew. So if you're talking to a bunch of people, you need to be loud, official, you know.
This is also someone I think reads as someone who loves the sound of his own voice. He loves, like, the big bravado speech that he's doing to his crew is the best part of his day. He doesn't want to do work on the ship. He wants to tell everyone what to do, right? So I would say maybe we'll just focus on line 2. And I think what would be good is, really, you put your feet into that, like, get your stance out there.
Let's get more official proud guy at line 2, yeah.
And pretend that these fine folks out in the crowd are your crew.
Yeah,
read out to
yeah.
them like you are telling them exactly what's up with your ship for line 2 there.
Okay. Now hear this. Our last mission was both dangerous and quite repulsive, which, incidentally, is the title of my autobiography, but bottom line, we're rapscallions. We got through it together. Now, I know you're all looking forward to game night, but unfortunately, it's been canceled because we already have something on the schedule, which is game night. So, too bad. Winners will be shot out of the airlock. Whiners will be shot out of the airlock. Winners, too, at surprise.
Okay. Yeah, great.
If I can give one more piece of advice for you, I would say just slow it down, chew the scene. People like it, they don't want you to rush auditions unless the character is speeding. Just enjoy the scene for what it is, and the director will appreciate that a lot more. But great job, man. I really like the tone of the voice. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well done.
That's something to note too. You are always reading, like this is for everyone, you are always reading faster than you think.
Yes.
Always, permanently.
I still have that problem to this day with auditions.
Yep.
And then once I listen back, I'm like, gotta slow it down, you know?
Unless it's 30-second commercials, in which case I gotta read way faster.
Yeah, commercials usually want you to like get that 30-second mark. But yeah, if you have enough time for an audition, chew the scenery, you know, chew as much as you can.
Absolutely. All right, so once again, friends, if you've been wandering in as we get started here, we are doing a little workshop where you get to be the star. Up on the screen there is the QR code there for 400 pages of different auditions that you can check out. And once you think you have an audition, you are going to raise your hand right now. I'm not kidding, right now. And we are going to pick, why don't we bring in the right there? Yeah, come on up. And we're going to do these quick so that way we get as many people here today. That's why we didn't waste too much time in the morning at the beginning, and we're going to make this happen. So, actually, you know what I'm going to do? Because I'm going to steal the wireless microphone for myself.
Okay.
I'm going to give you this one to work with. I'm going to steal the wireless microphone so I can bring up your audition. Can you give us your name and what page of that PDF you're looking at?
My name is Maddox Rhodes, and I'm going to be looking at page 271.
271.
271, yeah, all right.
And what's your experience level when it comes to acting? You can say beginner, intermediate, started.
I have only been doing I want to be a voice actor professionally. I've only just been doing voices for my friends,
Okay, so
no experience.
Just starting out.
Right.
Okay, yeah, no worries.
So just to check, is this fish muscles? Is that the one you're looking for? Okay. So just so everyone knows, this is what the character looks like right here. He's a big.
Ooh, what a good
boy.
example here too. This spec does not have a description for the character,
Not at
just
all.
a picture. So he needs to rely on this alone for that as a descriptor. So.
This also happens with like minor characters where you might not always get like a full view, and they're just like, well, he looks like this, so just kind of give him whatever that might be for you. I'm not gonna make it sound because I want you to give it a shot. So there it is. It's from Fish Police, and we're looking for muscles.
This is Maddox Rhodes auditioning for Muscles.
Good.
Look, you, don't crack wise with me. I offend Diesel. What do you say, boss? You want to try some? No? Well, how about I just fold one of his fins, like this, and then scrape off a few of his scales, like this, So what do you say, Flatfish? Had enough?
Fine.
Let's get around those muscles.
Nice.
Wonderful. I'm gonna say just to start. That was, I think, if in my head, that's exactly what it sort of sounds. Big, tough, big guy that punches.
I think that's definitely a good start. Let's have a little more fun with it. We need to get a little bit more animated. So usually directors like, the more energy you have, the better, because then they can tone you down. If they hear a take where the energy's like, okay, that's fine, sounds a little too low, then they're worried how much energy you can have. So let's get a little more boombastic with this.
And one thing very specifically with this line here, in my head there are two ways you can read it where I offend easily. Either you can read that as like, oh, he's being tough, or you can read that as he's being very vulnerable in that moment where he's like, hey, he's really actually pretty sad that you've offended him in some way. I'll let you decide how you want to play that.
Yeah, have fun.
This is Maddox Rhodes auditioning for Muscles.
And energy.
Look, Gil, don't crack wise with me. I offend easily. What do you say, boss? You want to try some? No? Well, how about I just fold one of his fins, like this, and then scrape off a few of his scales, like this, So what do you say, Flatfish? Had enough?
Oh, that was so much more fun. You guys heard that difference, right?
Right, you felt that difference in energy, especially.
Great job. Thank you so much.
Good job.
Excellent work. Excellent. Yeah, thank you very much.
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you so much. All right, next victim. No.
All right, let's see. I'm gonna go.
No, this is all in good fun. We're all having fun here.
Let's go with you right there. And like I said, we're gonna try to get to as many people as we can today, so we're gonna keep pushing through. We still have half an hour, so.
Yeah.
All right, if you could go ahead and grab that microphone, give your name and what page of this audition script that you are going for.
My name is Sam Ganzito. I go on Twitch by Crash McCloud. I am reading from page 147, and this is Garen.
147. I'll periodically bring up the. Look at this fella. Demasian.
Hold on a second.
One of those.
147. Oh, now I see it. Okay.
Okay. Let's see here. For this, so we have ourselves a good picture of this fellow. We've got ourselves a little description.
They gave a description and also the voice tone that they're looking for.
Yes, that's an interesting bit right here.
Yeah.
Is this bit right here? They knew exactly the kind of sound they were looking for, and they wanted to tell you. All right.
All right. Let's give it a shot then.
All four lines.
Don't forget to sleep.
I should be at school. Does his wife understand? Does his son? Because I can't remember his face. When did I stop asking for their names? When did I stop looking at their faces? Loyal people of Demacia, today we celebrate victory. We honor the courage of so many. Our soldiers whose names can never be forgotten. Their families whose burdens should be shared by all. Those who bear the price of Demacia's immortality.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Good job.
First round of applause right there.
Yes. So, one thing we look for in auditions sometimes when you're just reading a set like this, set of lines, we usually like to ask ourselves, who is our scene partner in this?
Mm-hmm.
So essentially, who are we talking to? So, who are we?
Sometimes the scene can take one person, or it could be multiple people too. So we have to keep that in mind.
So in this case, who are you talking to?
Them.
Who is
the
them?
second, who is them?
The loyal people of Demacia.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's the second part. But the first part of those lines, who are you talking to?
Myself.
Yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So now you may take if you're this tragic soldier who feels the guilt of the soldiers' lives on his head, you may talk to yourself different compared to how you talk to the people out there.
Exactly.
So are you beating yourself up more for what you have done or what you didn't do? And then when you talk to the people, you take a more proud, regal stance to hide that. So let's see if we can build a little bit
I
on that.
agree with that. Yeah, let's try. And try to bring the mic a little closer here.
Yeah, and one thing I'd say for those first 3 lines too, especially, because the fourth one's definitely like you're talking in front of the crowd. Those 3, I like to think, have you ever seen like a stage production or like a musical where someone has the stage by themselves and they're still screaming about their emotions? Think like, even though it's sort of like an internal like torment, really bring it external. Don't be afraid to really feel those lines. Start small and then build your way up to kind of that. I mean, what is that? And I can't remember his face. You know, like that's a terrible realization that you're losing the memory of that man in the moment.
Again, take your time and chew up the scene. You know. Yeah.
Let's see what we got.
Let's go again.
And also remember to slate at the start. Name and the character name.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So you
Slate at the beginning with your name.
Yeah.
Say your actual name and then the character name you're reading for.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
My name is Samuel Zito again, and I'll be voicing Garrett.
Sounds good.
I should be at his funeral. Does his wife understand? Does his son? Because I can't remember his face. When did I stop asking their name? And when did I stop looking at their face? Loyal people of Demacia, today we celebrate victory. We honor the courage of so many. Our soldiers whose names will never be forgotten. Their families whose burdens should be shared by all. Those who bear the price of Demacia's immortality.
Ooh, chills. Yeah, good job.
And you know what? I think what I like about that too is I felt like the speech felt like it was a little bit more burdened by the thoughts.
Definitely, yeah.
Like it felt a lot more grave, which I really enjoyed.
I would say again, just slow down a little bit, which is again a common problem. We're always quick to rush things, but yeah.
All right, thank you very much.
Thanks.
Yeah.
All right.
Appreciate it.
All right, yeah, let's go ahead and if you're just be sure you're not volunteering you're just doing it you, right? Okay. Come on up. All right, so
the mic
as
right
before,
there.
I'll grab it. Yep, you grab that microphone right there. What I need from you is your name and the page of this audition script right here. If you're coming in, grab that QR code now because it's about to go away. What page you're going to be reading from?
I'm Daisy and page 15.
15? Okay.
50 or 15?
15.
15.
Okay.
So that would be Barb? Is that right? All right.
Okay, we got a picture, we got an age, we got a description. All right.
Here's Baird and all of its extremely
not the best picture.
Xerox glory. But we've got Baird here. 15, sleeve plastic rich pink girl. Oh man. Let's see here. We got quite a few lines here, so let's maybe focus on. I want to hear 1, and I want to hear. What do you guys think? 1 for sure.
Do you have a favorite line out of those? 4. Okay.
4?
Yeah,
Let's
do
do
1
4 too.
Yep, let's do 1
All right,
and 4.
remember to slate your name too before you start. So you say your name and the audition.
Good.
I'm Daisy and I'm doing Barb.
Great.
Great.
Why won't they let me into the party? Do they not know who I am? I have to get into the party. This can't be happening. I'm missing the greatest party ever.
I also want to hear number 1 if you can too.
So Hannah overheard Missy saying to Brittany that Kelly was on her call to Selma, who swears that Mitchell told Diana that Lady G said that there's definitely an amazing party going on in the big house tonight.
Woo! That was a tough one. I was laughing because I love like this. I
also love
tend to
lines
do
like
characters a lot like this.
Pattern.
So Hannah overheard Missy saying to Brittany that Kelly was her cell to Selma, who swears to Michelle told Diane that Lady G said this is definitely an amazing party to go in the house tonight. It's just a lot of fun. Like, you really have a lot of fun playing with that.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Like, it's definitely like a challenging line.
Totally.
But yeah, with this one, you're like gossiping. You know what I mean? So it's typical. Like, so it's just like you really got to hit this point on the names, because you're going like, this person told me this, who told me this, who told me this, you know? So have a little fun with that line. And then for number 4, I think you can be more frustrated.
Yeah.
You can be more mad, yeah. Especially it says quotes nuts, like you're really upset. You're like, this can't be happening. Like, scream, have fun, you know? Yeah.
This is a cartoon, and you are, like, people are staring at you kind of like, what is she
Yeah,
doing?
you were supposed to have the greatest time of your life, and now everyone's pointing and laughing at you.
Yeah.
Like,
not in here specifically.
yeah, no, yeah. We're imagining. This is all imagination. Yeah. All right. So yeah, let's try 1 and 4 again, shall we?
Greatest tantrum in your life.
Yeah.
If there's ever a time, this is now.
Yeah.
So let's start with number 1.
Yeah.
Name
So
of
your
slate.
slate.
And
So yeah, start with your name and who you're reading for.
My name is Daisy and I'm doing Baird.
Okay.
So Hannah overheard Missy saying to Brittany and Kelly was going on her cell to Selma, who swears that Mitchell told Diana that Lady G said that there's definitely an amazing party going on in this house tonight. Ugh! Why won't they let me in the party? Do they not know who I am? I have to get into that party. This can't be happening. I'm missing the greatest party ever.
Oh my God, 100% difference. You felt that, right? That was beautiful. Like I felt that. That was an amazing job. Great job.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Josh.
All right, so once again, friends, we're doing these reads just like this, and you get to do it as well. We have some hints, 2 hints over here. I'm gonna go for you first, and then you, and then I'll come to you after that, all right? Come on up. What you're gonna do is you're gonna come on right over this way. And if one of your phone is working, you can always look at the main screen as well. But go ahead, pick up that microphone, tell us your name and what page number of that script you're looking at.
Hello, my name is Sam Vertismarsh, and I'm going to be reading from page 42.
You have a very strong voice right away.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's good. That's already good sign. You're the Black Raven.
Ooh. Okay, we got a very short description, voice tone. Okay.
Uh-oh, we've got ourselves British on the casting sheet here. Now, if you're not that comfortable with your British accent, that's okay, but we'll still probably ask for it.
It does say sounding silly at the end, though, so.
Yeah. All right, so yeah.
Make sure to slate your name and read your lines.
I would say just go through all, and tell you what, because this is kind of fun, I'll play Leighton for this,
Okay.
so that way you've got something to bounce off of.
Wonderful. My name is Sam Vertismarsh, and I will be reading for the Black Raven.
Great.
You dare to enter the black market? What is it that you seek?
We're looking for a flute.
I can't help you! You just expect to come in here and expect to be treated like one of the locals. How about this? I will give you a little task, in the form of a riddle, of course. And to show you how helpful I can be, I will furnish you with a clue. In order to solve this puzzle, you're on your own.
Yeah, just give that, since I cut you off on that laugh, go for it. Just spooky laughter, let's hear it.
That was wonderful. Round of applause, everybody.
Yeah, applause.
I didn't ask you, what's your experience level when it comes to...
I haven't done anything professional, but I've had about a decade of community theater.
I can tell,
I think
yeah.
you're the
I can
stage
tell
presence.
you know how to project. I can definitely tell that.
Yes.
Well, wonderful job. That was a lot of fun. Is there anything I
And
want to
now-
hear differently?
Yeah,
Or do you
so
have something?
it does say booming voice, so it will be later be revealed as that of a child beneath the costume.
I did not see that.
Yeah,
It's
so
right.
I want to see if we can play with this a little bit.
Okay, like halfway he's booming, halfway he's like scary.
Because you've definitely got like the loud booming part, but I'm wondering if there's points you could maybe, like when you're getting to the peak of your voice, like have the voice crack a little bit.
Yeah,
Like,
go through puberty.
you dare enter the black market?
And then I would say on the last 2 lines before the laugh here, something I really like when it comes to like 2 lines like this, the first one is a tension builder, right? You are like, oh, he's gonna give us something, that might be something useful we can use. Be like, in order to solve this puzzle. And then give it a beat, and then be like, you're on your own! And then you can cap it away, like, that way, you know, everyone's like leaning in, like, what kind of clue are we getting?
Yes, and you just entice the listener.
Sure, yeah, bring it in, and then kick him out.
You dare to enter the black market? What is it that you seek?
We're looking for a blanket.
I can't help you. You can't just expect to be here and be treated like one of the locals. How about this? I will give you a little task in the form of a riddle, of course. And to show you how helpful I can be, I will furnish you with a clue. In order to solve this puzzle, you're on your own!
Oh, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for participating, yeah.
That was very, very good. Okay, all right. So we're gonna grab over here, then there, and then I saw a hand up here. So we're gonna do after that, okay? And we'll get to you too, okay? Don't you worry. Yeah, we're working our way through. We have, we still have 15 minutes. We're doing great. All right. So if we can get your name once again.
We'll see how they feel about that. But
He'll do it. Okay.
All right, we're cool with that.
All right, so it sounds like we got ourselves time extended a little bit, so it means a lot more chances to do that. So what I need from you is your name and the page number you're going to read.
My name is Carolyn, and I was looking at page 105, I think.
105. Got it.
And what do you say is your experience level when it comes to acting?
About 20 years ago, I did community theater.
Oh, okay. I mean, that still counts.
So we're looking here at
Davinia.
Yeah.
We do have a picture on 104.
Deadlier. Biggie's mother. And
105 is the lines, but 104 is
okay, I see.
picture.
Yeah. I scrolled up way too long. Okay.
1, 2, and 5. I think maybe 1, 2, and 5 would be good reads for those, if that's all right. Unless you have one in particular, unless I'm missing 3 or 4 that you don't like, or you do like.
No, it's fine.
Let's do 1, 2, and 5.
All right.
Let's slate and start.
My name is Carolyn Byers. I'll be reading Davinia. We don't do birthday cakes. We don't do pinatas, and we certainly don't do family nights. We're supervillains, darling, not saps. As if the CIA could ever catch us. Again.
And then 5.
I don't understand this, Ricky. After all we've done for you. I smell the influence of that dreadful, sneaky Queen Morita girl. Really, Ricky, you could do so much worse.
Wonderful.
All right.
That's awesome. Great.
Nice, very nice.
You also understood the beat. You gave it a little bit of a pause before you continued. That's also. There's a lot of directions sometimes where there'll be like beat or pause because they just want you to kind of like continue the scene, just like kind of like a breath, you know, like breath of fresh air before you continue onward.
In this case, for line 5 here, this is absolutely like confusion to, oh, it's that dang Rita girl, ain't it? Yep, I knew it. Kind of thing. Yeah.
So Davinia, they do give a small descriptor on the previous page. It says, icy cool, sophisticated, and deadly. And it also says they are Ricky's mother. So we're definitely talking down to a child about some of these things. But you also, as a supervillain, you want to make sure that you're probably not the type to show affection all that much.
Yeah.
So go for like the sort of aloof thing, and when they do something good, you're proud, but you're not gonna show it all that much.
Yeah.
Say, oh, good job.
I always get like a Mother Gothel from this kind of.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, from the vibes. Have you seen Tangled at all?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah. Mother knows best. Like kind of like those vibes. Yeah. All right, let's go again.
And remember to slate at the start.
Carolyn Byers reading for Davinia. We don't do birthday cakes, we don't do pinatas, and we certainly don't do family nights. We're supervillains, darling, not saps. As if the CIA could ever catch us. Again.
And then 5.
I don't understand this, Ricky. After all we've done for you. I smell the influence of that dreadful, squeaky clean Morita girl. Ricky, you could do so much worse.
Went for like the shame. Yeah. Very good.
I also loved a little bit of a vocal triumph on one there. That something there. It was really nice.
Thank you for participating. Yeah.
Good job. Thank you. Okay, I was pointing, I think, over there, and then we're going to come back this way. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Once again, if you want to go up to the microphone there, say your name and what page number you're reading from. I'm also going to be pulling up the QR code for anybody who's been coming up here in a little bit. So if you popped in and you're like, I want to play, you can do so. Don't worry.
Hello, my name is Liam McPherson, and I'll be reading for Lawrence Nelson on page 221.
221. Glad people are digging around in this. I wasn't sure if we gave people enough time. I'm glad we did. Okay, so we've got ourselves a full, some pretty good details here about what's going on with Lawrence Nelson.
Okay, I got it.
All right, and we've got ourselves a couple. Ooh, we've got some damaged battle efforts. Do we want to play around with that today?
Yeah, that's fun.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I want to hear line 1 for sure. 2, and then let's do 4.
All right.
Okay, remember to sleep.
Hello, my name is Liam McPherson, and I'll be reading for Lawrence Nelson. Team, after 20 years of ominous silence, the nefarious geek jerk are back. I don't need to remind you, they've invaded our planet twice before. Now they're hitting us where it hurts. Blossom City, the shining metropolis built to commemorate our recovery from Earth Defense War II.
2.
Alice, full speed ahead! Follow that statue! Wonderful 100! Prepare to deploy on deck! We're getting the Goddess of Blossoms back!
And, how do we play number 4 here?
So when it comes to battle efforts, you usually do 6. You do 3 like short ones and then 3 kind of long ones, or like sometimes they do like short, medium, and long. So maybe we'll just do a short attack. Okay, we're doing battle and damage. Okay. Yeah, so let's start with the attacks first. Let's do short attack, medium attack, large attack. Go.
For like getting it or attacking?
You're attacking somebody.
You're swinging a sword at somebody.
Yeah. Could be a sword, it could be a gun, could be anything. You know, just
Bayonet, gun, whatever have you.
Yeah.
Whatever you think this general will use it for that.
Cannon.
All right!
Yeah, that's nice energy. Yeah.
And then, how about let's do
Same thing with damage, short, medium, long. So.
Yeah, so you got hit by something.
So maybe the first one's like you got punched in the face, second one you got kicked in the gut, third one you're stabbed, you're dead. You know.
Cool. All right. Lovely, wonderful work, round of applause.
And I can see you're putting a little bit of the physicality into those last sets there, so that definitely helps out when you're doing
directors like when, again, you have to be careful when you're doing effects because you don't want to be like, oh, because then you're going away from the I got to learn from the people that worked on Mortal Kombat that basically whenever you do sound effects like that, you're basically just bracing yourself, but you could still kind of like, you know, but keep yourself still like that.
Right.
So, yeah.
And yeah, you can get physical, like sometimes the space will be big enough to where you can do more of the physical actions, but the one thing to watch out for, never touch the mic in a recording studio. So they have set that up themselves, that is their own equipment, do not try to adjust it yourselves, that is their property.
I like the examples I gave. I like the examples I gave you. They like to know, like they don't want to just hear damage. They want like how you're damaged, you know. So vary it up like that. Like you got kicked, you got cut, you got stabbed, you know, stuff like that.
Okay, so for the previous lines we had there, let's see what we got here. So he is a commanding officer for the Wonderful 100.
Definitely need to project that a bit more.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Geef Jerk or Geth Jerk?
Yeah, sometimes you do need to ask the director, like, I don't know how to say this. Can you tell me how?
Yes, that is a perfectly
there will be
fine
times
thing to
when we'll get
ask.
terms. But usually for an audition process, if you can't pronounce the thing right, they'll be like, don't worry about it. We'll tell you if you book it. You know what I mean? They're not going to not cast you because they didn't say my made-up town right. You're like,
You didn't know how to say Bartholomew.
Yeah.
Right.
You're gonna fail.
No, that happened to me when I was voicing for Smite or auditioning for it. I said I could use this power to drain the mana the mana in the area, and I got the part, but they said it's pronounced mana.
yeah, that's the best. Like, I've had so many people switch off between mana and mana, like so many times. Like, what you said? So yeah.
So yeah, it's totally fine if that happens.
So should we just do 1 and 2 again?
Yeah, we'll do 1 and 2 again. Like
We don't need to do
the
events again.
Admiral at the very beginning, I would say, yeah, you are commanding this presence. This is a character he's a little goofy in the sense that they're in a cartoon, but they don't know that, and they think that they're commanding the greatest army of these this entire world.
Yes.
They command the wonderful 100, and everyone needs to know that. Right?
Yeah, and try to see if you can also project your hatred for the Geth Jerk in this a bit more.
I know this is a lot of notes, by the way, but if you take classes with directors and stuff, they will throw things at you to see if you can do this. So this is very good practice right now. So it's like, we gave you 50 things, do it now.
Good luck.
Yeah, all right, go for it.
1 and 2 this time.
Team, after 20 years of ominous silence, the nefarious Geef Jerk are back. I don't need to remind you, they've invaded our planet twice before. Now they're hitting us where it hurts. Blossom City, the shining metropolis built to commemorate our recovery from Earth Defense War II. Alice, full speed ahead. Follow that statue. A wonderful 100. Prepare to deploy on deck. We're getting the goddess of blossoms back.
Woo!
Yeah!
Wonderful job. Thank you so much. Yeah. I'd like to ask about your experience when it comes to acting.
I have done 1 voice acting project in the past, which is Stand Up, and I've been doing 2 years of community theater.
Okay. I'll let you all know this. We all started with fan dubs. We used to do Warren High School host club fan dubs and stuff like that all the time. So yeah.
Yeah, any experience you get with acting can be used for voiceover acting as well. Like
improv too. We all have done improv. We love improv. Yeah. So.
Your local comedy sports is a good place.
I won't let it's intimidating, but if you're with a good group, it's all in good fun, and it makes you loosey-goosey. So that way, when you do get to do studio jobs, you have more confidence. I feel like improv gives you a lot of confidence because then, like you said, they'll throw stuff at you and you'll be like, I've done improv, so I can do anything, you know what I mean? So definitely consider it, But yeah, good job.
Thank you very much. I also like you go say it, but I also like it's from British, you went almost like mid-Atlantic.
I was just gonna say that.
It's not for the spec, but I liked it better personally. So I really enjoyed it.
A lot of video games these days will either mostly go like RPG British or transatlantic mid-Atlantic.
Oh, sorry,
yeah. Like
which you guys don't know is it transatlantic? It's mid-Atlantic, right?
I've seen it used but yeah.
Transatlantic, where it's an accent that doesn't exist. But
it works for fantasy or like futuristic settings.
Sort of like the arrows you would hear in Lord of the Rings.
Bioshock kind of stuff, like that, yeah.
All right, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, we have right here and then there, and then we'll get more folks up here. We'll keep moving. Are you ready?
Since we got the extra time.
All right, come on up. Grab the microphone and state your name and what page you want to read from.
There we go.
My name is Taylor, and I'm doing page 28.
28, was that? Or okay, 2A. All right, let's see what we got here.
It's hard to scroll.
Betsy, is that the one?
It's Betsy.
It's Betsy.
Who is this little
we do have a picture up at the top there. She's a little witch.
Aww, little witch.
So she is 15 years old. She's a witch. She's a camp counselor too.
Okay.
So she's a little bit of command here a little bit. Also interesting, they have themselves some references to similar to Rory Gilmore and the Gilmore Girls for any millennials out there.
You don't need to worry about that. But yeah, there are some times where a director is very specific on just like, we want this kind of sounding, but we know we can't afford them. So you're going to do it. So
yeah. Let's do 1. I like 2, and let's go for. Let's just do 1, 2, 3. I think that's a good set.
Yeah, take your time and have fun, and remember to slate.
What's the last one?
1, 2, and 3. And you're going to say your name and who you're reading for at the beginning.
My name is Taylor, and I'm reading for Betsy.
But Susie, summer camp law dictates we have to give the kids prizes if they collect enough badges.
And 2.
Hedgehog, wait up.
Oh yeah, that
Oh, yeah,
continues.
it breaks up a little
it's like a
bit,
whole
yeah.
paragraph there. Yeah.
I didn't see if it was.
You're right.
You can take your time.
You're good.
I'm still mad at you for violating the no boys on the roof policy. But you seem cool. Maybe we can be friends?
Cool. And then number 3.
Actually, Oscar, I'm in charge. And if I say go to bed, you better believe I mean go to bed.
Round of applause!
Yeah.
So you'll notice, by the way, that those are broken up by various parentheses there. That actually is really nice in a script like this, where the emotion is kind of changing from line to line, right? So at the very beginning, you're really trying to get someone to stop doing something immediately. Parents, you know exactly what that's like. And then as soon as you go from like, stop it right now, to, all right, now I need to tell you why you're in trouble. And then try to turn it around and be like, all right, but on a positive note, that kind of thing. It's nice to have a little extra direction there, especially if it's not always clear.
Yeah.
It is a lot though.
So yeah, it says here that Betsy is sort of like the voice of reason, a bookish character, not
I
too...
definitely got the bookish feel.
Uh-huh.
I just think we just need to project just a little bit more if you can.
Try to keep the mic a little bit closer when you're speaking this one, because... Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. Oh, one thing I want to say too. What's your name in the back of the camera? Jason. You see Jason over there? I want you to talk like you're talking you're telling Jason these things over there. Okay? Don't talk to us. Talk to him way over there. And that part of that means that he needs to be able to hear you from here, not just on the microphone, but as if you were talking to him directly from here. Yeah? Because right now you're reading it and it's good. It's right there, but you just need to bring yourself out there. Really, really make sure that everybody, even in the hall, can hear you out there.
Yeah.
Okay? I know it's a little scary.
But mostly focus on Jason.
Yes, yeah. One part.
Yeah. Alright, let's go.
My name is Taylor, and I'm doing the voice of Betsy.
Sure. And why don't you literally face him over there, too?
Yeah.
Look straight
Just look at Jason and like you're yelling at him.
Thank you, Jason.
But Susie, summer camp law dictates we have to give the kids prizes if they collect enough badges.
2.
Hedgehog, wait up. I'm still mad at you for violating the no boys on the roof policy. But you seem cool. Maybe we can be friends?
And 3 with your
Yeah, now's the time to get a little angry.
Tell Jason to go to bed.
Yeah, instead of saying Oscar, say Jason. Say actually Jason.
Yeah.
Actually, Oscar, I'm in charge. And if I say go to bed, you better believe I mean go to bed.
Yeah.
Go to bed, Jason. Yeah.
Thank you.
I love the inflection you did for friends. Like, I really felt that. I was like, maybe we could be friends. Like, I really felt that. Good job.
Great. Yeah, any of that moment was like, oh, yeah, no, but we could be friends, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
Good job.
All right. Next we got over here, I do believe, right? Yeah. Okay. So you're going to go ahead and give us your name and the page number once you get to that microphone at the very end next to that water bottle that I left abandoned over there.
My name is Carly, and I'm voicing Control Freak.
Okay.
What page is that?
What page?
77.
Okay.
77.
Let me just get there.
It's Control Freak. Oh my goodness, look at this.
Ooh, look at them arms.
Look at this little guy.
I haven't gotten to that one.
So he's,
okay.
he's got 2 real lengthy arms and 2 controllers ready to go there. And yeah, we got ourselves pretty good lines here. I would say, so each of these are real kind of short little bits, right? I would say go all the way from the first line to tweet that loser. I think those all, I want to see
Yeah,
those.
so tweet that loser will be your last line, okay? Yeah, so remember to slate and then go ahead and have fun.
Oh, who's texting me? Oh yeah, over there. That's a good one. Take that! I got 100. I got.
Looks like 15,000.
I got 15,000 channels and everyone is on. Oh, I love the show. Seen that. Rerun. Boring. Tweet that loser.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah, very good projection. I like that.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm trying to see the scenario. A lot of these lines are a little.
Yeah.
Is it like a whole thing where they're like constantly looking at something?
I think it's
Yeah,
just.
they're looking at the TV.
Right.
Gotcha.
So yeah, you're already getting the idea of what they're looking at here, and it sounds like they're talking to somebody else in regards to this. Some of the things I see quickly in the description here, which I should mention, this is one skill that a lot of actors, like voice actors, need to learn for auditions, because you will not always get these kinds of scripts like the day before an audition.
Yeah.
A lot of times you have to use what's called cold reading to be able to look at something, glean the information you need very quickly, and then be able to just take off right then and there. So that's what we're trying to do right here. I do see something right here that says that he is constantly fidgeting. His remote control finger twitches and his movements are jerky with glees as he hops from TV to TV. So you could, we're just adding a little...
Maybe show that with your body while you're acting and see if you can feel something with that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know it seems silly, but people do that all the time in the booth where we're like doing crazy, silly things. Heck, when we do for Aphmau, like we do crazy things with our hands and stuff all the time.
So that's how
I punched my microphone.
So that's kind of like how I see these lines. Like each line is him jumping to a different TV that he has, and he's reacting to it. Like, oh, who's texting me over here? Oh yeah, like over there, I seen that one. Like, you know, things like that. So if you can do something like that, that'll add a little bit of character to it, and we'll see what we can do.
This is a creature who has been watching. Have you ever watched, like, sat down and just stared at your phone or your tablet or your TV for like 14 hours straight, and like your eyes are just like this the whole time? Like,
this person has not been asleep in a while. Yeah, they're bugging out.
They are. Yeah, they're wired on caffeine.
Yeah.
So don't be afraid to get weird.
Yep. All right, let's go for it.
Oh, who's texting me? Yeah, over there. That's a good one. Take that! I got
15,000.
15,000 channels and everyone is on. Oh, I love this show. Seen that. Rerun. Boring. Tweet that loser.
Oh, I love that. Oh, the energy on seeing that rerun. That was great.
Yeah, I really felt like
Fantastic
you found your footing at that point. It was
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
All right, thanks for playing. Yeah.
Probably have time for maybe 2 more, and then I think we've got maybe some friends over there. I know you've been here for a bit. Yeah, come on up.
Mm-hmm.
Page 8. Got it.
All right.
What was the page?
Page 8.
8. Okay, I did hear that right.
Okay.
8.
So that is Ant-Man.
Ant-Man.
Okay.
We've got ourselves a couple of lines here.
Yeah, it tells an age and a bit of a description.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for 1. 2's pretty good. I do like that. And number 4. I'm going to say 1, 2, and 4.
You brought your suit on a date? Cool, because I brought mine too. Got it. Get the doodads, save the world. Easy peasy. Destroying an 8-year-old science fair, Project Yellow Jacket, the superhero villain achievement unlocked.
Okay.
Great, that was
Good
fun.
work.
Yeah.
Nice.
We did forget to slate, so we will do that on the second take.
Fine. So, I was just going to ask, do you have any experience acting lines and things like that?
Oh, I've done some community theater.
Okay,
Oh,
cool.
good, yeah. Any other notes, Shadow?
So I was talking a little bit in the back. One thing I did notice, and I did feel like the 3 lines there did sound pretty similar in terms of emotion for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think the tone over all the characters is very nice.
Yes.
But I think there's a lot. I think number 4 especially was like you were taunting somebody, right? Like you were trying to get this villain so mad at you that they're gonna like come and just strike you immediately.
Yeah, I remember we talked about chewing the scenery up a little. Like, have fun, chew it up a little bit.
Especially for Ant-Man, especially based on the spec of that looks like old-fashioned, corny as heck.
Yeah.
Like really ham it up.
Yeah.
Like you are out there and you're like, stand by, citizens.
Yeah.
Kind of, like really just be.
Yeah, it literally says in the description, he is a funny guy and has a tendency to be quippy and sarcastic all the time. And yes, also
He's
realize...
obnoxious.
So
a lot of those.
And then for each line, you are talking to a different scene partner in each. Like, so the first one, you're talking to whoever it is you're dating. Second one sounds like you're talking to yourself, trying to hype yourself up for whatever mission you're doing. And then fourth, you are mocking your arch rival, your villain, Yellow Jacket. So let's see what we can do
Let's
here.
have fun. Go.
Yeah.
My name is Stephen Marsh, and I'm reading for Ant-Man Scott Lang.
Great.
You brought your suit on a date? Cool, because I brought mine too. Got it. Get the doodad, save the world. Easy peasy. Destroying an 8-year-old science fair project, Yellow Jacket? Supervillain achievement unlocked.
Yeah, so fun. So campy and fun, loved it. Yeah. Thanks for participating.
Don't be afraid to embrace that campiness, right?
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
especially when it comes to animation, that's where we're having the
Yeah, acting you're gonna be silly and it's fun, you know?
Yeah, I think that's one thing I always give is like lose your sense. Not you did fantastic about that, but I mean in general, lose your sense of shame. Just like, just really don't be afraid to really get out there because if you're feeling it and if you're not holding back, it's going to come through your performance.
Exactly, yeah.
100%. Now, we do actually have some surprise maybe guests here. One more for that? Yeah. Okay, sure. We'll do one more. I think you were coming on in here, so let's make sure we get you up there. After that, though, we have ourselves a little special surprise that we're going to do after that, so we'll make sure we get that.
Surprise!
But in the meantime, if you came in here a little bit late or you just missed your chance to do it, we'll still be upstairs over at our booth over in the game center. Where
Yeah, if you got any voice acting questions, just come to the booth and everything. We got poster stickers, all kinds of cool stuff.
Yeah, please come check us out, and we would love to chat with you.
Chatting and pictures are free.
I grab the mic right there.
All right, so name and page number, please.
Hi, I am Johanna, and we're going to be on page 352.
352. Yeah.
This would be Chelsea.
All right, so we got Chelsea. Let's see if we got.
Chelsea, I know this one.
Yeah.
I've never seen it, so we'll see.
That's fine too, because sometimes they don't like you to know it, because then they'll know you're putting on an act because you're copying who they actually got. So that's
But
good.
if you do that, I won't know, so it's fun. Let's see here. We're going to.
There's no description in this one, just a picture.
Yeah.
Actually, fun fact, another good clue to help you with maybe identifying the character is just looking at their eyes. The eyes really convey a lot of emotion on what kind of character this might be. So we can tell from these eyes, like, she seems a little sassy and snarky, so let's have a little bit of that, maybe.
Yeah, I want 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to say 2, 3, and 4.
2, 3, and 4. And don't forget to slate.
All right. Hi, my name is Johanna, and I will be reading for Chelsea. B, you're crazy, girl. If you keep it up, I'm gonna go crazy because you're crazy, and then we're not even gonna know we're crazy because we're so crazy. I am so out of control right now. Wow. I am so out of control. I can't control myself. I am so out of control. Wow. What a feeling. Love it. That was 4.
Yeah.
B, if you want to get Steve Jackson to notice you, you're going to have to wear way more lipstick than that. More. 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 Way more. More. Man up to get a man, B. More.
Yeah.
Okay,
Cool.
yeah.
Okay, definitely, and again, there's no direction here, but if I could pick, especially for 4, they want, I feel like if I was a director, I want you to ramp that up. Like, she's putting it on, and it's just like, more, way more, man, get it in there, B, you know, like, it's like, what are you doing, let me do it, you know, like, get that
I would
energy
imagine,
up
like,
that
right
way,
at that last, like, sentence there on number 4, like, you go, like, more, way more, man up to get a man, B!
Because the deadpan is good, but yeah, you want to show the director that you can also do energy. The more energy you have, they can tone you down. The less energy, they're worried that you can't actually amp yourself up, so.
I'm thinking 4 is like pure slapstick.
Yes.
Like she's sitting in there and like this to this to really losing control here. I'm thinking, you ever saw like the original Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory? They're in the tunnel and he's slowly getting more and say by the end he's just screaming. That's the kind of energy I want to see by the end of 4.
Yeah,
let's just do 4.
Let's just do 4.
You did 2 and 3 great.
Yeah.
That was fantastic.
B, if you want to get Steve Jackson to notice you, you're going to have to wear way more lipstick than that. More. Way more. Man up to get a man, B. More.
Yeah, you see that dynamic, that sing-song dynamic that changed up? Oh, it's so great. Awesome job, yeah.
Just that little change makes all the difference. Thank you.
Okay, so we have ourselves a special surprise here before we get started. We have another panel that's actually supposed to be happening like almost right now, if not right now. But it sounds like they've either very enthusiastically joined in or have been voluntold to join us in a little fun exercise. Give it up for our two friends coming up here. We'll have them introduce themselves and what their panel's going to be about before we continue here. Tell you what, why don't we move these two mics so these two can then have these two mics here? Does that work out okay?
Actually, they're going to audition for you.
Yeah.
So we're going to, we'd like to introduce Mr. Christopher Shaw. How many of you seen Ultraman Rising? Me! This is Ultraman. Hey, everybody. And Carolina Rabasa, Sombra from Overwatch. We have two professionals that are going to do a duel scene.
We were gonna, and then we didn't find one. So we're just gonna.
That's awesome.
There are dual scenes. We just decided to do something else.
That's awesome. Yeah, we couldn't find any duel scenes. You guys have any numbers for us?
So Chris is gonna go first.
400 pages.
Yeah, the 400 pages, I'm not sure. I didn't look through all of them.
I took a class from Michael Winslow once and he handed us to us and he's like, yeah, you can use it forever now. So I've been using it for 10 years.
I'm just going to stop. Say stop.
Stop.
There it is. All right, here you go. Oh yeah, that doesn't work. That's like a 5-person scene.
Well, we got 5 people.
No joke. I got a Nightwing scene.
Nightwing?
Yeah.
Ooh.
What page was that?
What page was that?
57.
57.
Here's the thing. I actually play Nightwing. You got from Nights.
Oh, so you're cheating. No.
So I'll scroll again. Nah. You know what? There's more people though. It's Nightwing and Cheetah.
Oh.
Anyway, I'm just gonna scroll. I'll do it again.
Okay.
And page. Whatever.
That one actually goes.
All right. Control Freak. You guys ready?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What page was that again?
It is 77.
77.
Yeah, just jump on over there.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Control Freak Ultimate Media Addict. Yada.
That one.
Control Freak sample dialogue. Oh! Who's texting me? Oh yeah, over there! That's a good one. Take that! I got 15,000 channels and everyone on. Oh, I love this show. Seen that? Everyone boring. Take that, loser. Oh, I gotta update my status. That is so analog. Hi, I'm high def all the way, baby. Farmed? Oh yeah! We are here.
I mean, we did have someone read Control Freak before.
Yeah.
I think somebody, and you did a fantastic job. What you can listen there too, especially, is that kind of manic energy that you had there. It was so wonderful to try to build up towards each of those pieces, right? This is somebody who's sleeping, this is somebody who's watching TV constantly. Right. And that was fantastic.
The pacing was really great. I love the ad-lib with like you're laughing that tweet that loser. It's always good to add a little ad-lib to some of the lines to give it just a little bit more energy and stuff. So that was a lot of fun.
Beautiful.
We take that, Carolina.
Are you booking him for the job?
If she can't be.
If we had any control or power, absolutely. 1,000,000,000%.
Yeah.
Oh no, my ad All right. Do you have a script?
Yeah, I chose Bashful.
Okay.
Page 5.
Page 5.
I don't know if it's real page 5 or just the top of the.
I think it might be. Let's see.
Scroll,
my thing refreshed. Anderson. Oh dear.
If you scroll on the PDF just a little bit, it should show what page of the PDF it is.
Sometimes the page number goes away and then I have to refresh it again.
Oh, page 20 or 19.
19. You got it.
And I just lost it.
Okay, 19. There we go.
Here's Bashful.
Yeah. So I didn't decide what voice I want to do, so I'm going to do every little paragraph differently.
Okay.
Alright.
You can call me Bashful. Well, you probably won't call me. You probably call it something else. But if you don't call me, you can call me Bashful. Why do they call me Bashful? I honestly have no idea. Oh, now, if you'll excuse me, I'll be hiding in the closet. Do you think maybe it means I really hope. I mean, do you think she'll need our help today? Be delightful. I mean... Uh-oh. We're not wearing any clothes. Ah, my pants. Somebody has my pants. And it's not me.
Sorry, I thought this was kid-friendly.
Scandalous. Thanks, Your Highness. We feel the same way about you. Gosh. Oh, oh, oh.
Oh, wow.
Well, yeah, thank you. Is there anything actually, I'd be interested here, anything that as you're doing your cold read there that you picked up on that just kind of clicks in your head where it might not click for somebody who's too used to doing auditions?
Sometimes I like the seat of your pants. Like, I hadn't really read the script, so it's like I was going with what was happening in the moment, I think. And then if you can ad-lib, it helps, like the, because like that's what we think, and that's what we feel, and that's when we get bashful, but this was just screwing around, because sometimes we get an idea in our head, and we stay stuck with like, my little bashful has to sound like this. But then it's like, there can be a million voices that you can create for the same character, add an accent, add a lisp, higher register, lower register, and I feel like that's where you can play before you actually do the audition and see which one works.
Adding those little efforts, those little textures just add so much to it and helps you stand out from the crowd, so yeah.
I think Voice 4 was my favorite, honestly, out of all of them.
Which one?
Voice 4, yeah.
I'd say though, many times when you kind of just cold read an audition, a frozen read that she just did, you read through it and then you listen to it play back, and then you go, okay, this is where I'm gonna fix it. I should have done more emotions here. You also want to color it. Color as in like emotional colors. You want to use more different colors to show this person that you can apply all those colors throughout the entirety of the show. Right? So the auditions are important for you to showcase all of your emotional colors, your talents, your ability to jump in and out of all the emotions. Because it's hard for people to show emotions. You say, do it angry, do it sad, do it scared, do it happy. It's very hard. You'll notice sometimes saying the same line different ways is difficult. And then you realize, oh, I need to work on that part of myself. And the more you love yourself, the easier it is to be an actor.
Oh, well said.
And then you're just going to stay here because they're about to do their own panel of more information about voice acting. So please stick around. We're going to head out and give them the space because we've already taken up some of their time. But thank you again.
Thank you guys.
Yes, thank you so much for joining in.
Feel free to stay if you were here earlier. We don't bite. But you can also leave if you like.
If you leave, we'll find you. No, I'm kidding.
And that's the end of this podcast episode. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, getting pointers on voice acting from everyone at the Aphmau YouTube channel and the special guests that had shown up at the end. We hope to see everyone from the Aphmau channel and those special guests at the end of the video again at a future Midwest Gaming Classic. And until next time, take care, stay safe, and game on.